Just a click.
Hello and welcome to All About The Gers. It's myself, Ricki Neill, and I'm joined by Derek Ferguson, and I hope Charlie Miller's kicking about somewhere as well. Big thank you to the Loudon Tavern, Ibrox Plugged In Business Solutions, DB Dental Care, Mr. Sings India, and Avia Signs for sponsoring us this season. How you doing, guys? Oh, I've muted Charlie. How you doing, Charlie?
Hello, guys.
Did you have a nice Christmas?
Aye. Quiet. What about yours?
I went down to my daughter's. So that's the first time she's cooked for us. So it was nice. She bought me a new retro Rangers top. It was the one that's the black one for season 2002.
Very well, Ricky boy. Very well. You're just cutting it out a wee bit for me.
Aye.
I'm all right, Derek.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, mate.
Good.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Ricky.
Is that Fergie? I think he's in the wind-up. Or he's got a massive delay one to. Anyway, let's talk about the St Mirren game last night.
Where's Charlie away to Ricky?
I've just had to, my battery's just about to go on this computer.
You can't be a live podcast.
You're just cutting out a wee bit for me. Aye, so, on you go, Ricky.
Right, we'll talk about the game last night. The starting 11 was Butland. What are you saying?
I don't know what's happening because you keep cutting out with me, and then Charlie Miller keeps disappearing. What's he up to?
My battery's just about to go.
Right, hold on, I'll try something else.
You want some batteries? I know you're talking about the game. It's fucking. So I don't know. Got it.
Why don't we start again?
Right, can you hear me now?
Aye, I'm just loving Charlie. Can we start again? Aye, we can. Let's start fucking. Let's go. You're
play the intro again.
Aye, because I need to try in 2 minutes to find the charger, man.
Charlie, that Tashes look magnificent now.
The Tash?
Aye, play the intro.
2 seconds.
Is that am I on the Wi-Fi? Hold on, wee second. Right, just 2 ticks. Right.
Oh my God. Right, I'll remove Charlie from the screen now. How you doing, Derek? Oh, he's left or not. There you go, Charlie. Fergie's decided to leave or not.
Right, give me 2 minutes, Ricky. Sorry.
Yeah, right, Derek. We're still live, by the way.
Can you? Right.
Right, we'll talk about the game until Charlie finds a charger.
Very well, Ricky. Yourself.
Aye, really good.
Aye, it's Charlie Ofsky.
He's going to find a charger, and then we'll be all sorted.
He's a way to kind of groom that. Oh, you're kidding. You've been live all that time. All right. Chaos.
Right. The game last night.
Can be a bit of chaos?
We can't. The starting 11 was Butland, Savanier, Suter, Fernandez, Makoma, Raskin, Diomande, Asgard, Gassama, Moore, and Shermiti. And it was actually a wee surprise. Matondo was on the bench, Derek.
Oh, you're cutting it.
You must have the worst Wi-Fi in the world, Derek.
No, the only thing it must be, it must be the phone I'm on. So you're on a computer, you're up to date, you're very a modern day guy, Charlie. I'm a wee bit old fashioned, as you know.
I had to phone Ricki to run me through how to turn the computer on. I had to video call him. I had to video show him what to do.
Right, I think he's disappeared, Ricki. Are you still here, Ricki? He's wanting to talk about the game last night. What was your take on the game last night, Charlie?
I thought it was the best we've played for a while. I thought we did. I thought we'd done, compared to the Motherwell game on Saturday, I thought we played much better.
Mm-hmm.
So I did.
Were you a little bit surprised when you heard the team news that Connor Barron wasn't starting?
Yes, I was. I think that's maybe just to try and keep him for the All Firm game on Saturday, but we still have to win games. And without Barron being great, he gets about the pitch, he puts his foot in. But I was shocked. I was shocked because I don't like Mikey Moore on the left-hand side. I think Mikey Moore has to play kind of behind the front one. I think he looks much sharper there and he causes more trouble there.
Aye. And I mean, we had a few good performers last night, Charlie. Even Ashgard, who's come under a lot of criticism lately. You know, he gets the goal, but I think overall his performance was pretty good last night, wasn't it?
It was better than what it's been.
Mm.
It's better than what it's been without being spectacular, I think. But it's a good finish, good header, good ball into the box, and he takes it well. So he has to get into the areas more often and start scoring more goals, because that's what we wanted him for. So, but yeah, it was a good 3 points.
Right.
I thought, as I say, the Motherwell game on Saturday, it was a hard watch. It was, and then Butland. To be fair, Butland maybe had 6 or 7 saves in the last 2 games. That's probably got us the points, but he killed us against bloody Hearts with a near post goal he conceded the other week.
I think that's.
And I think he has played pretty well. Obviously, you all right, Ricki? You back in?
Aye, can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you.
Ricky's causing chaos, Charlie.
I think it's your Wi-Fi.
Charlie, I must. Right, Ricki, we can, but I must compliment Charlie Miller on that task. That's one of the finest tasks I've seen in a while. That's it's looking magnificent.
Ricky's is similar. Ricky's is the same.
What's that? My Wi-Fi is perfect. It's from your end, my friend. Me and Charlie are just having a nice wee conversation, and then you've come in, and it's all went tits up. Come on.
Anyway, let's talk about Rangers TV. Cammy Bell said that Sharmiti was man of the match.
Sharmiti's man of the match last night.
Aye, that's what Cammy Bell for Rangers TV says. What's your thoughts on him?
Aye, Ricky's no talking. I don't know. He's just smiling away there. As he's thinking probably about going to Dunbar later on. He's told me that's where he's heading for the New Year celebrations.
He says Cammy Bell and Rangers TV last night gave Sharmiti the man of the match.
Right, I'll kick him out the now. What was your thoughts about Sharmiti last night?
I thought he was non-existent, to be honest with you. Bits of the game, I just didn't realise he was playing. And I want him to do. We all want him to do well, of course. And I'm kind of saying that he will get better. But I didn't think he done much last night.
I thought he was involved in play, but he still doesn't look like a scoring any goals.
I've made him scoring goals. That's the most important thing, obviously. But he still has to link up the play, and I don't think he really done a great amount. Yeah, as I say, I didn't think he did that much. But as I say, it was a good 3 points, and I can't believe we're still in this league. I cannot believe we're still in the league.
It's just because Celtic are so bad there as well, but
no, they're terrible. I know it's good, but
right, Derek, you in?
Yes, I'm in. I'm out like the hokey cokey, innit?
Oh, sorry about these technical hitches. Derek, you're getting to blame. Everybody's saying you've got Wi-Fi for Timu.
Listen, I'm in a different establishment. The Wi-Fi is top notch, so I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just tuned to them in.
It's your Nokia phone, I think.
I don't even know what kind of phone I've got, Ricky. Do you know that? I just get given things and I use them. So technology in me doesn't go so. But I can hear you well now.
That's good.
So that was a bit chaotic, that.
It was. Anyway, Derek, I was saying to Charlie there that Cammy Bell for Rangers TV gave Shermiti man of the match last night. What's your thoughts on that?
No, I thought it was Butland. Shermiti done well last night. But that's what we expect from him. He was putting himself about, getting involved. It's probably the best performance I've seen. The big fella in the Royal Blue jersey. But for me, Butland was the man of the match. Crucial saves, and of course the penalty as well. You know, it was a poor penalty. Got to say that. But no, for me, it was Butland, and a few other good performers in there as well. Mikey Moore thought he was excellent all night. Obviously, Ashgard looking a little bit better. I was saying to Charlie earlier, Ricky, that I was a wee bit surprised that Connor wasn't he playing Connor Barron, because I thought he was top drawer against Motherwell. But listen, the manager's getting a tune out of the guys now, isn't he? There seems to be a wee bit of belief, a little bit more organised, a little more dig, a wee bit more character. So it's looking a hell of a lot better. And the record, what is it, 8 wins out of 11. So we're going in the right direction. So we've got this transfer window that's coming up. So it's going to be intriguing.
Charlie, but I was in the Loudon at the weekend there, and I done the fans' voice, and I was quite surprised. There's quite a lot of guys actually wanting Butland to be dropped and Kelly brought back. You know, saying that he makes far too many mistakes. But I thought he's been pretty good this season.
Well, Hearts against Hearts, they want it in their post. He can't get beat with that. That makes it 2-0 with them. Hearts have got a lot to hang on to then, and it makes it more difficult for us. But the last 2 games, the saves he's pulled off, I think he had 3 against Motherwell that any other time they could have been a goals. I think he had 3 great saves against Motherwell and then again last night. Saves a penalty, as Derek said, it wasn't the best penalty in the world, but still got to save it. If it goes the wrong way, it's a goal.
Charlie, there's Bobby Finlay. He's talking about Shermiti. He's saying Charlie, he held ball up, link play when he was subbed. We never got up the park and they scored.
Well,
thank you.
It's a postman.
Machiavelli's back.
I thought he linked the play up okay, but he can do merit. I think I want him to do well. I really do want Shermiti to do well. I've said on here, I think Shermiti will get better. I say the price tags makes it worse for him. So
you're getting abuse in here, Charlie. There's Aldo Penny says Fergie's Wi-Fi is wired to the moon. Says Charlie, Shermiti did an excellent game.
I didn't, but I expect more from him. I want more from him. I want him to score goals. I want him to get into areas to score goals. He has to be all-round package. He needs to be holding ball up, dropping that into the box and scoring goals. Right, it's his best performance, but we've been due one from him. Of course we have. And then he's injured. Hopefully he's not too badly injured, because I don't know why Miovski wasn't involved last night. Is Miovski out? Injured?
He wasn't well.
No well.
Nah. Sick in the heat.
Absolutely.
Derek, what are you thinking about some of these names that are getting kicked about for signings? Josh Windass coming back to Rangers. I think he's in the wind-up.
Derek? What about Windass coming back, Ricky's asked?
Tell me them.
Windass is one of them. Right, Charlie, you answer it.
No, honestly, what are you talking about? I can't hear you.
It says there's some rumours about some players.
All right, I never heard that. It keeps cutting out. It's the one. Who's the other one? Who's the other guy?
There's a left back. I think it's a left or right back for. Is it Belgium?
Is it Werner or something as well? He's a nightmare, man. What do you think about Josh Windass coming back to Rangers?
I don't know. I'm not sure about it, to be honest with you. We're going to have to pay a few quid for him, I think. We're not going to get him on a free. He's what, early 30s now?
Aye. I
Um,
think he's 30, so
we just need some better players than we've got. We need to get some in the door that are better than what we've got. And to be fair, the role is getting the results. That's all we can ask for. Without the performance has been great, but I thought last night was a better performance. But we really need still 4 or 5 bodies in.
there's Waldo Penny saying that they're actually talking about a loan deal for Windass, but we don't really want any more loan deals, do we?
I don't think so. We need to obviously try and get players in for it that's going to be here for next season because we've already got enough loan players. But he starts a lot of games for Wrexham and he had a few assists. I think he scored a few goals, and so I don't see how we'll get him in loan unless Wrexham are wanting rid of him.
There's a few people online saying that they think the manager was resting some players for the Old Firm game.
Well, I think that's probably the case with Barron, especially Barron no starting. But we still have to win against Motherwell and against St Mirren's, so he's probably getting Barron a rest because he's played a lot of football lately. I'm surprised to take him off against Motherwell on Saturday, right enough.
I know. This is actually one of my mates. He's saying, Charlie, do you think Celtic are as pish as Rangers now?
Yes, very much so.
There you go.
Very much so.
Aye. So obviously we're having loads of technical difficulties. Fergie's just sent one of his walked messages. I don't know what it means. I don't know if he's coming back. But let's just talk about the Old Firm. What's our chances, Charlie?
I think we can go there and win. I think we've no fear against them because they're struggling. They're in a bad place now. We've won. I think we've won more games than anybody under Roll, so we're going in the right direction. Ricki, you have to give me 2 seconds, man.
Anyway, aye. So if you want to comment or anything, just fire your comments in and we'll get the guys to answer as soon as we get back. Sounds like somebody's at Charlie's door. You only get this in a live podcast. Also, make sure you follow us on YouTube and click on the notifications button, etc. All right, and I'm going to actually try and get Jamie Martin on. Obviously, he's been on a few times. He's a football agent. Let's see if we can get him on. I know he's watching now, so let's see. Yep, we can get him in 5 minutes as well. And he'll give us an update because I know he's been at Rangers. Charlie, I was just saying we're going to get Jamie Martin on. He was in the director's box the other week and he's got a few players that Rangers are interested in, so it'll be interesting to see.
Aye, so he says, aye, so
what
we'll
players?
We'll see what players it is.
He's going to jump on in about 5 minutes. There's Stuart Barmer saying Windass is a lazy link, if you ask me. There was also talk about Morelos coming back as well. Would you have him back?
No, I wouldn't have Morelos back. If somebody asked the other week out of Kent, Morelos and Aribo, I'd probably take Aribo back. But I wouldn't take Morelos. I think we need to really go and sign a right somebody. We've missed Shanklin. We've missed out in Shanklin. Somebody that scores goals regularly. But I probably agree with Stuart there that Windass is a lazy link. It's just an easy one because he's Roll knows him.
But Baz, he's saying Sterling's a must start for the game on Saturday, but I'm sure he was he not injured at training yesterday or something?
I have no idea. I really don't know. I hope he's going to be fit because I would feel better with Sterling and Suter at Parkhead on Saturday at the back. Although Fernandez is becoming a wee bit better, he's getting there slowly but surely. So I hopefully Sterling's no badly injured.
Aye, right, hold on. I'm just going to try and get Jamie on if I can, and he'll give us the scoop. What's going on? What's your plans for the night, Charlie?
I'm going to the Oak. Going down to the Oak with some friends and some of the family and that, so we're going down there. I had to go and open that door there for this dog, man. I think he's needing the toilet. He was scratching at the door. Pest, this dog. So he is.
I'm actually heading down to Dunbar
Dunbar.
Carrie's brother's got a caravan down there, so going there for the night. No, I've just had a piano delivered to my house, or no?
Why?
I used to play in a band, and when I sold all my keyboards about 3-4 years ago, I kind of stopped playing. So I'm going to get back into it. So I've got a wee digital grand piano. So I'll be playing a few of the tunes tonight.
Oh well, good.
Right, we're going to get Jamie on in a wee minute. He's just switching on his computer. What's your kind of prediction for the weekend, Charlie?
I think we can go and win. I think if we're solid, we can definitely get a result, because I think they're vulnerable. They look more vulnerable than us, definitely. I think the players, if the players believe they can go and win, then they'll go and get a result. I really think so. Excuse me. I think, as I say, Celtic are in a great shape now. The manager's under pressure, so I don't see why we can't go and win. I think we can go and get a result and beat them, and it'll be incredible, because after the first 7-8 games of the season, we were on bloody in bad place with everything that was happening at the club, and now a few changes, bringing our manager in, and we actually go on a decent run of games and get proper results.
Do you know much about? There's the Great Wall of Canada saying Timo Werner's your man, Ricki, out of favour at Leipzig and out of contract in the summer, can play him on the wing or up front.
Well,
what's with him?
I know Timo Werner, of course. He's not the guy that scores goals at Tottenham, and he did it in his first spell at Leipzig when Chelsea bought him. But he's played in top teams. He's a top player. He played the German national team. So if we can get him for the right price or a free transfer and get him for a decent wage, then I would probably take a chance on him, definitely, because he is a quality player.
Right, well, here's the return of Jamie Martin. Obviously, we've been quite busy the past couple of weeks, so we've not managed to get him on. But he's been with the Rangers board the other week as well in the director's box. So let's find out. How you doing, Jamie? Hope you get good Wi-Fi.
He's doing. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
By the way,
Christmas,
Ricki, did Derek send that text message by pigeon?
Oh, I don't know what you're doing. But, he just texts me with a couple of questions. Question: what grooming products does Charlie use in that wonderful tash? And then he's now saying, he just texted me all his input now, so he's saying it's probably the best chance to give Celtic a doing, as they're extremely poor. Would you agree with that, Jamie?
Well, listen, I just can't believe we're still talking about contending for the title this season, given the fact that our start this season was just all over the place. To be only 3 points behind Celtic at this stage, so I'm not surprised really, Ricki, because I've seen them a few times and I wasn't impressed with them at all. I thought they're well beatable this year. I think the question is can Hearts go and sustain the run that they're in?
Can you believe the abuse that their new manager's getting already?
Well, I can see another Russell Martin situation happening there.
Hope so.
I just see the same thing happening. I don't understand why they went for a guy with no track record again. That's in the MSL. That's not really proven.
Right, Charlie, Derek's just sending in questions now.
Oh, is he sending in questions now?
Aye, the first one you missed it. He says, "What grooming products does Charlie use in that wonderful tash?" And then he's saying he reckons it's probably our best chance to give Celtic a doing because they're extremely poor. Would you agree with that?
I think they're poor. As I said, I think they're poor. As Jamie says, but obviously about the manager, he's under severe pressure. I just hope Celtic give him to 17 games that we give Martin. Then hopefully by then us and Hearts will be out of sight, or especially us, because I think they're just all over the place.
Jamie, obviously this is probably one of your busiest times of the year coming into the transfer window.
Yep.
Have you got any news about any possible signings or anything like that for Rangers?
I heard a few whispers on Saturday. I had a meeting with the hierarchy on Saturday, funnily enough. I an interesting chat with Dan Purdy, who's one of the ones that survived the culling by Andrew Kavanagh. Obviously, Kevin Thirlwell brought him in. Dan's a nice enough guy. I don't know a lot about him, I'll be honest. That was the first time meeting him really in person. But they mentioned a few positions to me and a couple of players that I've got. So they're looking to get a right-sided midfielder in on loan. And I think that's partly because of obviously, they've got injuries in that department. We Ant-Man out and stuff like that. So I don't think they're looking for a long-term signing on the right-hand side. So they're looking for somebody on loan. One of the players that they're looking at that we've got is Solly March at Brighton, who plays in that position. Solly's back to full fitness now. So I don't know if they'll get that one over the line. It just depends on situations like, would he want to come up here and have a spell? I think it'd be a good move for him just to get his fitness back and stuff like that. But long term, being a Rangers fan, I don't know if that's the solution really. They're looking for a number 6 as well, a centre back and a left back is their priority because they've got no cover at left back. And if McGoma goes back after he's on loan, I mean, they're going to be forced to keep him, I think, because they've got nobody else to cover left back. So that's the positions they're looking to strengthen. That's for sure. It was the 4 positions were mentioned to me. So that's where we're at the minute.
But the thing is, see if we're just planning loans, I can't believe the guys who Kavanagh and that haven't been looking at targets without being loans. I know we've got a lot of players who haven't had the ground running, right? And they'll just go because they're on good contracts, right? But we've got to look to the future as well and have players ready for next season, a team ready for next season. Don't get me wrong, we want to win the league. Of course we want to win the league and we've still got a great chance now, but which we didn't think we had about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. So, but all these loans, I don't understand it. I really don't. I want players who are going to be coming in, hitting the ground running, who are going to be here next season and beyond. Because we're kind of a bit of a mess. I would have thought they would have had 4 or 5 ready-made signings already planned in their heads that they're going to sign.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Charlie. I think they've got to look long term now. I don't agree with, probably cut my own throat here in terms of getting players in, but I just don't. I don't think that loans are the way forward. I think long term they need to look at solutions. Closer to home as well. Went to the Motherwell game on Saturday, as I said, and I'll tell you what. Elliot Watt, who scored against Celtic last night, the second goal, he was outstanding on Saturday for Motherwell. Number 20 played holding role. Number 6, 25-year-old. I'll tell you what, he absolutely ran the show. I thought he could have been a good signing. There's 2 or 3 in Scotland who could do a job, I think, at the positions they're looking at, and they would definitely strengthen. And that Motherwell guy, the manager, he's got them playing some great stuff. And I'll tell you what, they were unfortunate on Saturday. Big Butland had 4 1-on-1 saves, outstanding saves. That was his best for. Obviously, he redeemed himself for the mistake against Hearts the week prior to that. It was outstanding on Saturday, as I said. But listen, Danny Rose, he's getting results, and I can't believe we're actually still in the hunt at this time.
Jamie, there's Gary O'Sullivan asking, can we only bring in 1 more on loan? Because we've already got quite a few.
They can only bring one more on loan now. And then they're looking at, obviously, their positions. The other 3 they're looking at is obviously long term. But with Big Shooter come back last night, and I'll tell you what, I don't know if he's been on that Manjaro, but he looked as if he's lost a bit of stone. He looked fitter. But it'll be interesting to see how they go on the weekend. I don't know if he'll go 3 at the back. I think he's obviously rested Sterling, Barron and Miovski. Chimiti did well last night up front in terms of holding it up, but as I said earlier, a number 9 or a striker is always judged in goals. And, him and Miovski have played 21 games in total between them and 3 goals. That's not enough from your striking department. And that we struggle up front. We just need to be more clinical. And last night, the St Mirren game, I had a couple of players playing for St Mirren, and to be honest, St Mirren got see if they score that penalty, we put ourselves in a bit of a a bit out of position again. So we need to be more ruthless up front, up top again. But I don't believe we've got the strikers to finish these chances off the now.
Charlie, there's Derek sending in more questions again. He's saying, do you think we can win the league after a horrendous start? And also, Finlay Curtis deserves a bit more game time.
Well, we've been shouting for Finlay Curtis all season because he started the season well, Panathinaikos. And as I've said on here before, that bringing a kid on for 10, 20 minutes and expecting him to change games for you is not going to happen. It doesn't happen very often. You need to give him a run of minutes. And I would be giving him more minutes than what he's had this season, because he did start well in the start of the season. But they couldn't get him out the team quick enough for some reason. He works his ass off. We need players who are going to work their ass off, but also in forward areas, he gets into good positions. He's not afraid to shoot, as we know. So I believe he should be getting more minutes. But I believe there's other young ones that must be good enough, surely, that can get brought in instead of just bringing in another loan.
Yeah.
I think that Fergie's got a drink in him, by the way. He just sent another question and saying, how long does it take to run when Ricky's heat?
360 days.
Charlie, obviously coming up to the Old Firm game, when you were a player, when did you actually start thinking about the game, and did you ever have were you nervous before it or anything?
I'm nervous before every game because you want to go and play, want to go and win the game, and then especially against Celtic, when you know they're always going to be your closest rivals, so you know you have to try and make sure you can beat them. So the kids, I think after last night's game, as soon as I got up this morning, I'll be thinking, right, okay, let's look to Saturday. Let's prepare properly for Saturday. Let's go and get a result. I think it's going to be important on Saturday what the score is after 10 minutes. See if we have not conceded, because you know what it's like when we've killed ourselves so many times, got to Parkhead, early doors gone 2-0 down after 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and there's just no way back for that. So we have to make sure we're solid for the start of the game, because I believe we can cause them big problems, and they're not in good spirits either, so which helps us.
Right. Jamie, there's Bobby Finlay online saying some Scottish players give 110% versus Old Firm, but they can't do it week on week. So they need to learn to basically do it every week. What do you think? Is it just a mentality thing?
Well, I think we all know that players are putting themselves in the short window when they go to Ibrox or they go to Parkhead, and if they put enough performance against what I call the two biggest teams in Scotland, for sure, they do try harder. There's no doubt about that. Everybody comes to Ibrox and they roll their sleeves up because they run out to that pitch and they think, God, I'd love to play here. And they do raise their game. That's without question. But I do think there's 2 or 3 players in the Scottish SPL at the minute who could do a job for us. And they would probably get them for pennies, to be honest. When you look at some of the money we've spent, we've discussed this on many occasions. I think they need to look a little bit closer to home sometimes. January window, I'm not a fan of. I just don't think you get the best quality in January.
Why is that?
Well, I just think, players are tied up. If the quality players are playing Champions League, they're playing in Europe, clubs who are thriving in that kind of environment in Europe, they're not going to let players go at that time of the season if they think they can make an impression in Europe and stuff like that. So I'm not a fan of the January window, but I think it should just be open personally for loans but probably emergencies. I just don't think the window, I don't think it's a great window. And I think they need to look at changing the window in the summer as well. When you get into a season, and I've been saying this as well on many occasions, when you get into a season and you're 3 or 4 weeks into the season and you don't know what players you're working with in terms of who's going to go and who's going to come in, I don't think that's an ideal situation for any manager. I think they need to look at that.
Charlie, obviously, when I was in the Loudon at the weekend, a lot of the players were saying the same as you. Like, we need a kind of centre back and a striker. There's JP saying we need someone who could be selfish and score regular. Defensively, feels better with Shooter and Sterling back. Do you agree with that?
100%, I agree with that. Ricky, just a quick one. my son, he's 27. One of his really good friends passed away on Friday night, Saturday morning, I think it was. 27-year-old wee Josh Duncan. So I'd just like to say him on behalf of my son, and I just hope the family and the friends are okay, and they can get pulled through this hard time, because it's been a tough time for them. Young boy. So
it's horrible news.
My boy's been upset since. I don't even imagine how the family are feeling. So
horrible news, Charlie.
Thoughts
are with them all, Charlie.
What's that?
Thoughts are with them all. It's horrible news.
I think we definitely need somebody selfish to score goals. We've not had that probably since somebody like it goes far back. Well, Morelos was selfish and scored goals. But we need somebody that just wants to bounce the ball off, get in the box, get in the end of crosses and score goals. That's all we want. We don't have to be scoring for 30 yards out. Just get in the box, in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, in the areas where you're going to hurt teams. I think Chinmiti works hard enough, and I think he will get better. And it's probably his best game last night. But I definitely believe we need someone selfish who just wants to score goals.
That's it. Right, there's loads of people saying they're going to burgle me tonight because I'm saying I'm going to wait at the caravan and they're going to steal my new piano.
We're just going to steal a big sombrero.
There's going to be people in the house tonight, so aye. So no burgling news, thanks. Anyway, Charlie, you're going to the Oak tonight, aren't you? I wonder what Fergie's doing. I think he's already on it. You can probably see some of the messages that I'll not be able to read out on there.
No, I've kind of see. What, on Derek's messages? I've not been looking at them.
Anyway, right, we'll do a wee score prediction and then we'll head off because I know everybody's busy today. I'm going to say 2-1 to Rangers, Charlie.
I'll probably agree with that. I think we could win 2-1, 3-2. We need Sterling fit. We need him involved. We need Suter fit. Excuse me. We need Barron there. We need legs in the middle of the park. We need players to get about the pitch. So I think we can go there and win. I think, as I say, they're in a bad place. They're calling for their manager's head sooner than we were calling. Well, no sooner than we were calling for Martins because nobody wanted them at the beginning. So, but long may it continue.
I've had to turn Jamie off now because it was picking up the TV noise for, I think it's his boy's computer. I've messaged him to see if he can go into the other room, but we're just about to finish up now anyway. But as you can see, a lot of people are saying 2-0, 2-1. So, hopefully they're right.
I hope so. I'm sure, as I say, I'm sure we can get a result if we're concentrated the first 10, 15 minutes, because you always have to be concentrated to go to Parkhead. We have to make sure that we're hard to break down. We're not losing easy possession, letting them get wide, get balls into the box and causes havoc. So, and they're not looking confident enough to be doing that anyway. So, well, not that I've seen them, but it looks at things where the goals are conceding. So, fingers crossed we can take advantage of them being not very good.
That's it. Right, Jamie, we just done our score predictions. I said 2-0. Charlie, what were you? Were you 2-0 or 2-1?
I say 3-1.
3-1. What's your score prediction?
I think Rangers will win. I'm going to go for a 1-0. Ricki, I think if he plays the 3 at the back and push, obviously, Sterling in with Suter and perhaps Tav on the right with Magoma going forward, I think we can get at Celtic on Saturday. I think he's obviously rested a couple of key players last night. Wee Barron's been excellent recent times. Need his energy in the middle of the park. Get those two, him and Barron, in front of the 3 at the back, I would go with, and push them 2 wide. I'm going to go for the 1-0, Ricki. I think we can really get at them. I think they're all over the place at the minute at the back as well.
As long as we score in the first 5 minutes, just to put it at ease. Anyway, right, we'll call it a day. But thanks for everybody for watching this season. Make sure you click on the subscribe button so you don't miss it. We will be back in the studio next week, so hopefully we'll not have any.
Yeah.
pitches like this again. But for all you us, we hope you have an amazing New Year tonight. And
Guys, Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, guys.
Okay,
Let's
take
hope
care.
2026 can be a massive change this year. 2025, I'm glad to get shot of, but we're still in the hunt for the league, which is unbelievable considering where we were at the beginning of the season. So, Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you once again to all our sponsors, Avia Signs, Mr. Signs India, DB Dental Care, the Loudon Tavern, Ibrox, and Plugged In Business Solutions. All the best for New Year. See you later.
Cheers, guys.
Hey, guys.